Breaking news. PEPT judges given 7 days to disclose who wrote judgments of 2023 presidential election petitions. The United States, United Kingdom and Nigerian human rights and democracy groups and campaigners are strongly and humbly calling on the 5 justices of the Court of Appeal of the Nigeria's 2023 Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal PEPT, led by its chairman, Justice Haruna Simon Samani Bauchi State, to publicly tell Nigerians and the world who actually wrote the 2023 Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal judgments and when, where and how they were written. Our joint demand and its urgency had risen following controversies from the delivered judgments of September 6, 2023. It must also be pointed out that the PEPT 5 justices are inexcusably obligated as public offices maintained with public funds from taxpayers to provide concrete answers to the above-mentioned question in a world press conference within 7 days, failure of which will most likely leave us with no other option than to commence international lawful campaigns including letter writings and diplomatic engagements, among other lawful steps, with international democracy-compliant countries in Americas, Asia, Middle East and European Union. By condemning, discarding and expunging the EU Election Observer Report from the records of the PEPT, for instance, the 5 PEPT justices have morally disqualified themselves and members of their nuclear families from having anything whatsoever to do with the EU and its democratic agencies or institutions, including holidaying, residing, studying, medical traveling and attendance of international conferences and fellowship exchange programs, etc. on European soils and those of their allies in Americas, Asian countries, Oceania and the Caribbean. Therefore, unless the above demand of ours is credibly and timely met, otherwise strong international lawful campaigns are most likely going to be put in place to ensure that the 5 justices and members of their nuclear families, wives and children, are denied access to democracy-compliant countries of Europe, England, Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland inclusive Canada, US, Brazil, New Zealand, Australia, etc. Apart from the judgments being received by the majority of lovers of democracy in Nigeria and the world with reservations and rejections, they have also been mired in controversies, especially as it concerns the independence and impartiality of their writers and writings. Controversies leading to the delivery of the judgments had started with rumors that went round on August 5, 2023 that the Abuja facilities of a former Lagos governor and federal minister have been barricaded by military personnel for purpose of compromising the PEPT judgments. The camp of the said former Lagos governor and federal minister not only denied the allegation but also filed petitions against some persons before the country's security establishments and government-owned communications commission. Few days ago, on Saturday, September 9, 2023, 3 days the delivery of the judgments, to be precise, lawyers to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar raised a fresh alarm, calling out 5 justices of the PEPT to publicly explain to Nigerians and the world why the header of Tinubu presidential legal team was on the left-hand corner of the CTC copies of its judgment, numbering 798 pages, and why the CTC of the judgment was first issued to the respondents instead of the plaintiffs or petitioners to enable them proceed to the Supreme Court within the stipulated timeframe of 2 weeks. The leadership of the Labour Party also reacted and called on the PEPT to offer public explanations. Totality of these has threatened the independence and credibility of the judgments and portrayed them to look as if they were a duplication of the legal positions or opinions of a partisan third party that is a party to the case.